From Indianapolis, Indiana, it's the National Drag Racing Championships. A crowd of more than 75,000 has packed its way into the Indianapolis Raceway drag strip, a strip that has become very famous and which today will be the scene of the National Championships. This strip is only a quarter of a mile long, but they'll be hitting speeds up to 180 miles an hour. This is Bill Fleming welcoming you to the Indianapolis Raceway Park drag strip. Wide World of Sports during the past 2 years has covered just about every kind of automobile race, from the 24-hour race of Le Mans to the high-powered stocks at Daytona. But today you will see something that perhaps you've never seen before. This race will last less than 10 seconds. The cars will be up to 1,000 horsepower. We'll guarantee you plenty of thrills and action today on the Indianapolis Raceway drag strip. And now let's get underway. And this is the semifinal of the Class C Modified Sports Production class. Number 578 there is Sam Cunningham of Texas. He's against Joe Rodriguez of Hammond, Indiana, both in 61 Corvettes. And it's Cunningham on the inside who is out in front. As they come to the finish line, it is Cunningham in a breeze. So we'll see him again in the finals coming up very shortly in this class. We'll remind you we're down to the semifinals and the finals in many of these classes, which means that these cars have survived a week of competition which has involved more than 1,000 cars in some 70 classes. And here's a final coming up right now. This is in the Ace Stock Automatics. Farthest from the camera, Ron Mandel in a 63 Plymouth. Closest to the camera is Bill Abraham in a 62 Pontiac. This is a trophy run, which means it's the finals in this particular class. These cars capable of 110 to 112 miles an hour. Here they go. And the Pontiac out in front just a little bit here as Bill Abraham takes the lead at the start. And he's got too much of a lead for Mandela to catch up, and it is Bill Abraham in the 62 Pontiac with an elapsed time here of 13:28 or 109.48 miles per hour. So we have another final coming up too here. Next will be the A Stock final, and this should be a dandy. Moving to the starting line now. The 62 Pontiac, farthest from the camera, is driven by Don Gay of Dickinson, Texas. And nearest the camera, Roth Swain driving the 62 Chevy from Clinton, Ohio. Here they go. Pontiac getting a good start. Don Gay in the lead here as they move to the halfway point. Chevy moving up a little bit, but Gay is going to take it. And they flash the ET. It's 12.81 or 111.52. So Don Gay is the winner in the A Stock final in his 62 Pontiac. Another final trophy run here coming up. This is Sam Cunningham, whom you saw a moment ago in his 61 Corvette number 578 against Dick Collins of Newcastle, Delaware. This is the C Modified Sports Production Finals. Now you see the Christmas tree here. The lights, 4 amber lights and a green one, and if anybody jumps, the red light goes on in that particular lane. Strictly head-to-head competition. They've been going at it all week. Here's 456, closest to the camera, Dick Collins in the 56 Corvette with a 62 engine, and Sam Cunningham in the 61 Corvette, farthest from the camera. Here they go. It's a good start. Cunningham taking a slight lead. Now he lengthens that lead. And as they come to the finish line, it is Sam Cunningham in the 61 Corvette. The elapsed time, 12.21 seconds, 114.94 miles per hour, and he takes home the trophy. Boy, these fellows really churning it up here at Raceway Park in Indianapolis, Indiana. And coming up now, we have the semifinals in the A-Gas class, and these are a lot of fun. You'll see a 33 Willys in this one and a 51 Anglia. Here they go. It's Sanders McEllia entry, 295 in the Willys, farthest from the camera, and George Altizer of Arlington, Virginia in the 51 Anglia, closest to the camera, and he wins it. Altizer, that's the car incidentally powered by a 63 Chevy engine. So Altizer will move into the finals of the A-Gas. And now here's another semifinal in the A-Gas Supercharged division. Stonewoods and Cook entry, the national record holder in a 40 Willys supercharged old engine. And here is George Montgomery of Dayton, Ohio, former national record holder, out of retirement now, trying to take the crown away from the Stonewoods Cook entry, driven by Doug Cook of Los Angeles. Everybody's been waiting for this one. This is the World Series of drag racing. Everybody anticipating this all year long, looking for the finals, the national championship. And here we go with the semifinals. It's Montgomery taking a slight lead. A good start by Montgomery. And he's going to take him. Montgomery slices across, and he defeats the former record holder Doug Cook in the Stonewoods Cook 40 Willis. And so Montgomery will move into the finals, and we hope before he does get into the finals, we'll have a chance to talk with him, because I think he's going to have a great story for us. Coming up now, another semifinal in the A gas. It's the Carol Schmidt in 408, farthest from the camera, in a 41 Willys, and it's Henry Putnam in a 48 Anglia, and it's the Anglia on the inside that's got the lead. And it's Henry Putnam of Louisville, Kentucky, who will move into the finals against George Altizer in that division. All right, now let's talk to George Montgomery. A little bit earlier, in fact, a few seconds ago, he won the other semifinal in this A-Gas Supercharged division. George, you've got a beautiful little Willys here. What year is it?
1933 Willys coupe.
And it's all fiberglass, I understand.
The entire front end doors and rear fenders and floorboard and firewall are fiberglass.
Okay, now, you know, it's a 1933 Willys. Now, move the hood up for him. This is where you really get a surprise. That does not resemble anything like a 1933 Willys, does it, George? What is this?
That is a 1963 327 Chevrolet engine supercharged.
Okay, put it down. We'll talk about this, because I think that anybody interested in racing would like to know, you know, what does it cost to get one of these things ready to go for a championship race like this?
Well, this car has in excess of $10,000 invested in it.
And what's the fastest you've ever done?
Last week, I turned 143 mile an hour.
Boy, and that's in 1,320 feet. Do you get any sensation as a driver of great acceleration in there? Any G-load build-up or anything?
Well, you're pretty tense, especially during races like this was. The acceleration sensation is great. There's no question about it. They carry the front wheels pretty well. And it's not just jerking up like some cars, but this one pretty well carries them quite a ways.
Did you have any kind of a rivalry with the one you were in there with Doug Cook in the semifinal?
Well, see, I was champion for 59, 60, 61 when I retired, and when he took over. And, of course, word of mouth and advertisements have pretty well cued me to come back in again. It was only 3 weeks ago that I bought this car out of retirement to come back here again.
Well, no wonder you got such a great applause, and I know everybody out here from Ohio is rooting for you in these finals, and we'll be coming up with those in just a moment. Thanks very much, and good luck, George.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, we'll be having the finals in just a moment here at the National Drag Racing Championships on ABC's Wide World of Sports. Here's a good word on how to make the most of your money from the Foundation for Commercial Banks. Back at the Indianapolis Raceway Park, we're all set now for the finals in the A-Gas Supercharged division. And George Montgomery is back in his car, fellow we just talked to a moment ago, in this 33 Willys, coming up in the finals against Gordon Selkirk of Peoria, Illinois, who's in a 35 Willys, powered by a 61 Olds supercharged engine. And this is the one right here. Will be going in the finals against George Montgomery from Dayton, Ohio. Former national record holder who would like to come out of retirement today and win in this A-Gas Supercharged division. Starter putting them right on the line now. Neither car can be over before the Christmas tree is counted down. There you see the lights, and they're off. It's a good start. And Montgomery gets a great start on the inside. Look at him go. And it's Montgomery in a breeze as he flashes across the finish line, beating Gordon Selkirk of Peoria, Illinois. And you can tell by the crowd reaction, very happy they are indeed. The elapsed time, 10.54, 138.46 miles per hour for George Montgomery. Getting set now for the semifinals in the Superstock Automatics. 63 Dodges pretty well have this one under control. Al Ekstrand, farthest from the camera, in the Lawman car, and then Jim Thornton, this is Ekstrand, from Grosse Pointe Woods, Michigan, a 63 Dodge, and Jim Thornton from Royal Oak, Michigan. Here they go. Both out of the same stable, so to speak. Here we go. As the Ram Charger on the inside takes the lead, and it's Jim Thornton out in front. No question there about who will go into the finals in the A-Stock Automatics. Jim Thornton of Royal Oak, Michigan. Coming up now, the trophy run, the finals in the D-Gas competition. Gene Moody from Bloomfield, Illinois, in that 55 Chevy, farthest from the camera and closest to the camera. Dave Hales of Arlington, Virginia, in a 37 Willys Chevy powered. So this is the finals in this D-Gas competition, and it's a good, even start. Looks like Hales has a slight lead. Now the Chevy moves up. Gene Moody takes the lead, and he goes across by half a car lane. So Gene Moody of Bloomfield, Illinois, has an elapsed time of 12.58 seconds. Calculating quickly, it's 110.97 miles per hour for the winner, Gene Moody. Now we're getting set for the Superstock Automatic finals. You just saw Jim Thornton a moment ago. They're back up to the start line. He's in against Herm Moser of Detroit, both 63 Dodges. This is the finals. And it's Thornton again taking the lead on the inside, 979. And he's got to take it. And he goes across in front with an elapsed time of 12.23 seconds, 116.42 miles per hour in that 63 Dodge. Finals in C-Gas competition. Larry Teeter of Elgin, Illinois, in a 32 Ford Chevy powered, and Charlie Hill in a 40 Willys. 227 is Larry Teeter, and 106 is Charlie Hill. Watch this car incidentally do wheel stands during this week of competition. The tremendous horsepower, that 62 Chevy engine, and the way he's got, look at it, the way he's got it balanced every time he shifts, all 4 speeds, it handstands practically, and there goes Charlie Hill across the finish line, and he wins in the finals of the C-Gas competition. Very popular fellow, former record holder, and his elapsed time, 12.29. Now a trophy run in the G-Gas competition. We have a 34 Willys that you're looking at right now, and a 51 Henry J. A lot of different classes here, some 70 in all, depending upon displacement, of course, of the engine and the way the chassis is built. 155, that's Bobby Vaughn of Washington. And from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, Jim Harris in the Henry J, closest to the camera. This is the finals in this G-Gas competition. The G there that you see on the windshield and also on the side window. Jim Harris getting a good lead at the start. A good fast start by Harris. But look at that, Bobby Vaughn in the 34 Willys. A good race here as Vaughn moves out in front, and he takes it despite falling back at the start. So the winner of this one, Bobby Vaughn in the 34 Willys, powered by a 57 GMC engine, 13.79 the elapsed time. And now the finals in the E-Gas competition. You might mention, boy, they really churn these races out. You can see more than 1,000 cars a day. They're all set to go now as Glenn Stewart and Jerry Murphy will battle it out in E-Gas. Jerry Murphy on the inside in the 55 Chevy. Glenn Stewart in a 52 Chevy is falling way back, and it's Jerry Murphy from Auburn, Massachusetts, going across. Elapsed time 13.54 or 103.80 miles per hour, and he wins it in E-Gas competition. Well, we'll have more action from the National Drag Racing Championships here in Indianapolis, including the big AA dragster competition, capable of 180 miles an hour, coming up very shortly. The Gillette Safety Razor Company is bringing you this segment of ABC's Wide World of Sports. Well, we're going to take a break right now in the National Drag Racing Championships at Indianapolis Raceway Park for action of a different kind. These are the finals in the D-Dragster competition for the slingshot-type frame cars, older Ford engines and 6-cylinder engines. Farthest from the camera is Pete Shadiger, last year's winner and defending champion in '96. And number 28 is Buddy Hammer of Oxnard, California. And here they go, a good start by both of them. And Shadiger now has taken the lead as they hit the halfway mark. And Shadiger